A cross-border battle is heating up in our region after Washington State announced plans to use a chemical herbicide in Osoyoos Lake. Water officials on this side of the border say the chemical isn't approved for aquatic use in Canada and say its impacts are unknown. Now they're urging their American counterparts to drop their plans before the chemical makes its way into the lake. April Lawrence reports.
It's used by jet skiers and swimmers, boaters, and of course, wildlife. But lately, Osoyoos Lake is being taken over by this. Eurasian water milfoil, and now a plan by Washington State to use a chemical herbicide to get rid of the pesky weed is raising the ire of water officials on this side of the border.
The price you pay for chemicals, it just doesn't seem to pay off in the end.
Stu Wells is mayor of Osoyoos and chair of the Okanagan Basin Water Board. The board has written a letter to Okanagan County officials in the U.S. urging them not to use herbicides to control milfoil in the lake.
As you know, waters are, they're moving. There could be a current coming back up and pushing that product back into Canada. So I really don't think it bodes well for the good neighbor policy. This is a shared body of water.
Wells says the product is not approved in Canada and the potential risks to the ecosystem and drinking water are unknown. He says there are other ways to control milfoil, like the rototiller and harvesters used this side of the border. He also says the root of the problem should be addressed, and that's to get more people living along the lake off septic systems and onto sewer.
All that growth is coming from phosphorus. So if we can keep that out of the lake, there's our first step we should be making.
A spokesperson for the Okanagan County Noxious Weed Control Board says that there were 5 milfoil-related drowning deaths in Washington State last year, so their first concern is safety. She also says that past experience shows any negative impacts to native plants from using the herbicide have been found to be only short-term, saying any native plants that are destroyed typically grow back the following year. Okanagan County has applied for a permit to use the herbicide, but so far hasn't officially been approved. If it is approved, they say they will only use it in a small area, likely less than 10 acres. In Osoyoos, April Lawrence, CHBC News.
Although Washington State reports several milfoil-related drowning deaths from people becoming tangled in the weed and getting too exhausted to swim, there are no known reports in BC of milfoil causing drowning.